Be curious. It's a superpower. See, life is pretty layered, and humans, we're pretty intricate beings. So sometimes things may seem simple, and they're rarely as straightforward as they may seem. And curiosity and being willing to ask questions and explore, that opens up opportunities. It creates opportunities for growth, for learning, for relationships, for all of these things that otherwise just wouldn't create themselves. And my personal favorite question is why, and my second favorite question is how. And those two questions are important to me for a couple of reasons. Why allows me to be very intentional about where I put my energy. Why would I do that? It's a very simple yet powerful question. Why would you do that? Why would anybody do anything? And once I've actually committed to something, how am I going to do this? Because at that point, then I have to pull in resources. I have to learn things. I have to figure out ways to make it work or to create it or to bring it to fruition. And asking how reminds me that one, it's possible. And two, now I got to actually make it happen. So those are my two favorite questions. Curiosity for you can look very differently because, again, we're all different people here. But the point I'm trying to make in this video is that curiosity is an absolute superpower if we're just willing to express it. Because sometimes, sure, we just have to take things at face value. I'm not saying to walk around with this super skeptical disposition or just, oh, you're lying. That's not, no, that's not at all what I'm suggesting here. What I am saying is that there's often more on the other end of anything than we first see or first hear or first experience. And one of the most important ways to be curious is with ourselves, right? How often do we get labeled or have things projected onto us or have people tell us what we can and can't do? If we just believed all of that, what would life be like? What would that feel like? I don't think that would feel particularly authentic or aligned or fulfilling, but hey, that's my take. But by being curious about ourselves and asking, hey, who am I? What's going on for me? How do I show up in this situation, in that situation? How did I show up in the past? What's changed? All of that allows us to actually grow and take lessons from situations that we can then take into the future and elevate and increase and grow and expand and all of that good stuff. But if we're not doing that work, if we're not being curious, if we're not asking those questions and exploring, and most importantly, starting that process with ourselves, then how can we grow? How can we learn? Where does any of that actually come from? It doesn't exist in a vacuum, and it's a very intentional process. So, this is a reminder, encouragement, maybe, to just be curious. Ask yourself one more question today. Ask somebody around you a question. Explore something in the world and just learn how something works. Because life's pretty beautiful when you kind of dig a little bit. And the most beautiful thing for me, and the point of this video and why I made this video, is that by being curious, that opens up the door and unlocks the possibilities to live a life that feels aligned and fulfilling and true to who we are. And I think everybody's a little bit happier when that's the case. So if any of that resonates with you, I have a couple resources for you. First, I have an ebook. It's free. It's an ebook about self trust. And there are tips in there to identify self doubt as well as build self trust. And the point of the book isn't to delete fear, it's to take action even when fear is present. And my second resource is my guided journal. It's a journal. Of course, it's a journal. It's a journal about life's transitions. And in this, there are prompts and reflective exercises that are really designed to help you connect with yourself and to find a grounding place within yourself so you can take aligned action and live that fulfilling life and build your dream or just do things that feel true to you and move in integrity. If either of those interest you, you can find them on my website. Outside of that, I hope you have a great day. I hope this video has served you in some way. Take care.